knitters, welcome back to Rena Knits.
Let's say you're at this point on your other sleeve, and instead of this particular pattern, you actually want this stockinette pattern to come up here. So like last time, what we ended up doing was knitting. Here we're going to do the purl instead. So we're at our last stitch that we had to bind off. So what we're going to do is take the stitches from the stitch holder, but instead we're going to purl. So we're going to take this in the purl method and bind off the last one. And we're going to bind off this last stitch. And then we're going to keep purling. So our row 1 this time around would be all purl. Purl till the end of the row. And row 2 would be all net. So last time it was row 1 was net and row 2 was purl. This time row 1 is purl and row 2 will be net. So I'm opening this up here, and my row 2 would be all net. And there we go. And you could already see that it is following the pattern there. So this is the situation where it's going to be a stockinette pattern all the way through on the top. So basically the next 4 rows, you're going to, so 2 more times you're going to repeat row 1 and 2. So row 1 is going to be all purl and row 2 will be all net. So you're going to repeat that 2 more times, and then we'll start the closing in to make the triangle for the flap for this particular portion. So repeat this 2 more times. Repeat row 1 and 2 more times. So in total you'll have 6 rows that you did 1 row of purl, the other row of net, and then we'll start decreasing. Once you have done your 6 rows of knits and purls, what you're going to end up doing is reverse as well of your decreases. So instead of knitting and then decreasing, you're going to purl and decrease. So your first decrease would be purl, and then you would have been doing SSK, but you're going to do SSP instead. So you're basically going to remove the 2 stitches as if you're going to purl them. So you're going to end up purling the 2 stitches off instead of knitting the 2 stitches. And then you purl till the last 3 stitches, and you would do P2 together instead of K2 together. And you would do P2 together, and you would, last stitch would be a purl. And then the reverse side, instead of all purl, will be all net. So you would knit that row, and then again you would do the same, and you would keep repeating this until you have 6 stitches remaining here, and then we would end the way that we did in the in the other video. Now here I have 6 stitches remaining. So what I'm going to do is create my hole. So I would do is slip my 2 stitches and then purl them together. Then I would purl one, yarn over, purl one, and purl two together. Then I would knit the whole row. The next row would be all knit. And here I've created my hole, as you can see. And now it's basically just decreasing or finishing, binding off the last bit. So I am going to slip, slip, and then purl these two together. Purl one and purl these two together again. And again, the reverse is all knit, so all three of them are going to be just knit. And my last row, I'm basically going to slip one, purl these two together, and then take my slipped stitch and pass it over my knitted stitch. And then I'm going to cut and finish it off here. I'm going to pass the cut yarn through my stitch to lock it, and basically there. Now I'll weave a little bit of this through and then finish it off. But here is my sleeve, where the stockinette pattern is on the outside rather than the inside, and the inside is the back. So this is the difference that you'll notice between the two. So one would look like this, the other one would look like this.
Relax, enjoy, and keep knitting. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to get the latest videos on knitting projects, knitting plans, knitting patterns, and much more.